Back to another live stream. Back with some more cylinder work. We're going to be doing quite a bit of that in these next days coming. Got quite a few cylinders here with cylinder sleeve damage, whether it's just piston transfer markings or some gouges. So essentially just scoring. It's pretty good. Hope everyone is doing well today. Gonna wait to see if we get any folks in the house before we get started. Just gonna wait a couple minutes. As we're waiting though, happy Friday. I hope, like I said, hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone has a good weekend ahead. It's a beautiful day here in California. We don't have any rain right now. It was raining pretty good yesterday for most of the day, but it looks like we got a break in the rain right now, so it's nice. And got out here a little earlier. I do have somewhere to go at 3, which right now it's 11:30 p.m. my time here in California, so Pacific time. So I still have a little bit of time to get this done. Shouldn't take too long. But the main focus today is going to be this 661 cylinder. This is for my buddy Ephraim. And if we can clean it up nicely, like we've been getting lucky with the 461 cylinder that we did yesterday, and then the 661 cylinder that we did a couple nights ago, which is for my personal 661, which is right there, that I call Big Bertha. They both came out really nice. So I'm hopeful that this one will also come out nice as well. So it does have some gouging, does have some piston transfer. It's got gouges up at the top of the going up towards the squish band and above the exhaust port. So hopefully we can get those and and clean it up nicely, like we've been getting lucky and doing the other ones. Again, like the 461 and the 661 that we did. This is also a 661 cylinder. I don't know. I can't remember if Ephraim 661 is a C, so the M-tronic version, or non-M-tronic. Mine is the C version, so M-tronic. And either way, we're not able to salvage the pistons because they're just way too far gone, piston rings. So it's better to just get new pistons for my 661 and the rest of these saws that we have here. Looks like we have some folks joining in. Welcome. We got Arian. I hope I said that right. Hello, hello. So I'm here in California, in Windsor, California, in Sonoma County. We got Shark Dude 2015 in the house. Hello. Happy Friday to everybody that's joining in and commenting. Kendra Gali. I had the same question yesterday, Messi or Ronaldo, and yesterday I answered Ronaldo, although they're both very good soccer players, but I think I would choose Ronaldo just because I've seen a little more of him in social media, and I don't know, I don't know the guy, but he seems like a nice guy, good dude. We got Kundil says hi, how are you? Doing well, hello, happy Friday. We got James Oliver in the house. Also saying hello, how's your day? Day's going good. Getting going a little earlier today. Not going to be out here too long, but we're going to be out here for a little bit, having a little fun with you guys. And hopefully we'll learn a little something and just hang out for a minute. And hope your day's going well. Happy Friday. We got Gregarious Greg, you look like you'd go to a fancy restaurant and order a burger. I probably would. I actually am going to a little fancy restaurant. It's called Rutherford Grill in Napa, California, and they do steak, ribs, sandwiches, burgers. Although their burgers don't look too good, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna go with yet. But probably gonna have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Interesting comment. We also got LOL. I am not on monkey mode. That's a good one. Hello, happy Friday. Angel Sharma. Hope I said that right. Hello, happy Friday. We got Goka. I'm not sure how to say that last name, but I apologize. But what is your favorite fast food? So if I'm gonna go drive through, I love Burger King, man. That's actually what I had yesterday. I had a little cheat day from home cooked food, and so I had Burger King. That's just my go-to. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like a childhood thing, I guess. Condra Gali says, how are you going to pick Ronaldo and not pick Messi? Simple. I choose Ronaldo. Again, I don't really watch soccer, but that's just you asked the question, I answered. All right, don't get mad at me. Relax, people. Settle down. James Oliver says, it's okay, but I'm grounded. Man, you better knock that shizzy off. You better... No, it's all good, man. It happens. We got Piotr K, Poland, from Poland. Hello. Much love to you guys out there in Poland. Hope you guys have a good day. Happy Friday. Red Pumpkin 13 says hello. Bryson Spencer says, I shower with my girl's dad. Nice. Right on. Happy Friday. You guys are funny today. Sizzle GT, what team do you prefer in NFL? NFL, 49ers. I'm a Niners guy. So, hometown team, and also it's just a family team. My brother, he likes the Dolphins. Again, I like the 49ers. I have other family members that like Raiders. So, but me personally, Niners. Let's see, Condra, but now Messi playing for American and MLS league. Yeah, see, I don't know. You lost me there because, like, again, I don't follow soccer. I do watch it when my family has it going on the TV, but and my favorite team is Atlas, you know, so we're from Jalisco. I understand that Chivas are also from Jalisco, you know, Guadalajara, but I like Atlas. So, but anyways, we're gonna get it going now. Like I said, don't want to be out here too long. I do have some plans. I do all of a sudden have a life this weekend. So anyways, we're gonna work on this steel 661 cylinder. It's got some cylinder sleeve damage, markings, and some gouges. So we're just gonna clean it up like we've been. That's kind of what we've been doing these last couple days. Just to give you guys a quick little rundown of how I do it. I start off with the rotary tool with a little sanding wheel or bit, whatever you'd like to call it. I think it's a wheel. Either way, with a sanding bit or wheel. I'm not sure what grit it is. It's on the coarse side. This is a Dremel brand sanding bit. And so I use this to do the initial cleaning of the sleeve. And then I hit it with this, it's made by Master Plumber, abrasive Sandcloth, which to me, it's just sandpaper. It's 120 grit. So I've never used this up until when I bought it. This is just what they recommended me at the hardware store that I like to go to. I kind of gave them an explanation of what I'm going to be using it for, just to clean up the finish a little bit. And they recommended this, and it works out well. It works out really well. So, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I don't polish it. I don't do none of that. So it comes out really good. Let me show you guys an example of what it comes out like. So here's my personal 661 cylinder that we did a couple nights ago here together. For my saw, I call it Big Bertha. We got more comments in the house. Breston Spencer says, yeah, man, save water. Yeah, hey, gotta save water. Skull and Guns. I'm 400 pounds, so I like the Bears. The Bears. Reminds me of like, I Love You, Man, when he's like, the Bears. What's your favorite football team in the world? So if we're talking soccer, like I said, I like the Atlas just because we're from Jalisco. Um, and yeah, YM back in the house says, dude, just get a new cylinder. I'd rather save a few bucks if I can. So this is what, and plus I like messing around. I like trying to fix things myself if I can. So you learn that way sometimes. So that's what it looks like, and I got my method down pretty good, and they hold up well. So the first one I ever did was for my buddy Anthony, his 500i. Really bad. Had some, markings obviously and some gouges. Cleaned up his piston as well. Put new piston rings on it, and 3 months later, still going hard, still going out there, making money with it, and yeah, saved him about $800 from having to go get it repaired at the shop that he was trying to get it repaired, and I only charged him $200. So, and even if something were to go wrong, we stand by all of our repairs, and we don't leave our customers hanging. But yeah, that's what we're looking like. Because to me, I feel like if something breaks or if something, obviously not everything is able to be repaired, but my point of view is, I don't know, if we're so quick to just replace everything brand new and not try fixing it, that's probably just lazy, or maybe we don't have the confidence that we can fix it. I don't know. To me, that's what a mechanic is. A mechanic is someone that doesn't just replace parts. They try to fix it and repair it, and that's what I stand by. So YM says, I've messed around doing all this too. Well, we all have different experiences, we all have different skill levels, and not saying that you don't know what you're doing, but maybe, I don't know, we all have different experiences. I like to try things. So we got Grayson Nichols in the house. Hello, happy Friday, everybody. What is time in your place? I'm in Poland right now. So right now it is 11:41 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm in California. Oaken says, have you done honing? I have not, but one day I will. I think because I have plenty more cylinders. I have a 391 cylinder chilling over there, literally over there, right over there. Look at it, look. And then I have a 311, and we can try honing. I've never tried it, but it might be a little quicker. It might be a little easier. Who knows? But I definitely want to try it for sure. YM says, I used to as well. Takes too much time, though. I got to keep running my saws. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we all have different things going on in our lives. And, sometimes you just have to make time, especially if you want to save a few bucks. But hey, if we have expendable money to just drop, then that's great. That's awesome. But I could easily sit here and tell my customers, oh yeah, no, new top end for sure. Pistons, I will clean up pistons, but it just really depends. If it's just some light markings and whatever, I'll clean it. It's no big deal. Cylinder sleeves, I will always try to clean it first. I mean, sure, I could just say, you know what, nah, we can't clean it up, we can't restore it, whatever, and just get more money out of it that way. But yeah, that's not what I try to save a few bucks first, and if it doesn't work out, then we result to getting brand new everything. In Ghana, 1940. I'm really bad with military time, I'm not sure, but much love to you, y'all. Grayson went to the doctor today because my toe has been hurting for the last week. Couldn't find out it was growing in Infected. Ooh, ingrown toenail. Those are bad. Ooh. Snake Beast Eagle. Engel, my bad. Hello, hello, happy Friday. YM says I have a few top ends on the shelf. I have rebuilt. I can just easily swap. Right on, right on. Okay, we're gonna get it going here because it is now 11:45 and time will go by quick, and I need to start getting ready and get moving around like 2:30, and just like that, because I got to be out of here by, or at least on my way to my destination, no later than 3. But bag is packed, everything's good, groomed up a little bit. I know you probably can't tell. We're not here for looks though. Just gotta jump in the shower, try to get clean, and we'll be good to go. Actually, got to make a couple stops before I make it out there anyways. So I'm gonna be leaving for the weekend, so we won't be doing any live streams probably until Monday. So I'll be out hanging out. That's funny. Okay, anyways, enough gibberish. Let's get it going. All we're going to be working on today is just the 661 cylinder for now. But I still have, well, here's the 461 that we did yesterday. I'll show you guys what that looks like real quick. Making sure I don't mute the chat. So I still have to work on the squish band. As you can see, there's still pieces of the piston ring that broke off and got pressed into the squish band. But thanks to my buddy Aaron Lynch, we have a solution for that to clean it other than doing a band cut. But as far as the cylinder sleeve, that's what it looks like. Not to sound full of shiza, but I think I'm getting pretty good at making them look good. Of course, we still have to put it all together, see how it runs, get new pistons for it, for all the cylinders that we're doing. For customers, of course, it has to be OEM. For mine, I know I talk complete crap about aftermarket, but you guys know how I feel about aftermarket. My first choice is always OEM, genuine. But I think for testing purposes, for my 661, I'm going to go with a Meteor piston. That's the one that I thought I was going to go with at first when I was looking at pistons the other night. And then my buddy Aaron, he confirmed that the Meteor pistons are pretty damn good. So he said just as good as OEM. But again, take that for what it is, you know. But for testing purposes, I think we're good. Just to get the idea. So, all right, let's get it going. So Grayson says, where are you going? So I'm going to go over to a city called Napa. It's about an hour away. I have somehow managed to get myself a lady friend. So I'm going to go over there and spend some time with her. And we're going to go out to a nice dinner on Saturday to a place called Rutherford Grill in Napa. Really nice place. And we're going to go hit up Boot Barn. I'm going to try to find a nice little shirt, you know, because I don't really have any nice, like shirts to go out to nice places. They don't allow hats of any kind at this restaurant. So, whoa, I got to show off my big ass head. All right. I think I'm going to try to get a straight shave somewhere out there at a barbershop. I've never had one done before, but just to get a little extra, just to get a little closer of a shave. And yeah, so it's going to be a good weekend, and I'll be back on Sunday sometime in the afternoon, maybe evening time. So that's why I'm saying probably no live streams until Monday. So anyhow, let's get it going. Chris Davis, first and foremost, hello, happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Chris Davis says, should have stayed in the throttle. I'm not sure what that means, but alrighty. Put a big bore. That is an option, but not this time. Just gonna clean it up and see what we can do. I think this sanding bit will still be fine. Either way, try to get the most out of it. We got OO in the house. Hello, hello again. They say you have an awesome hoodie. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. It's one of my favorites. I don't use it anymore for cleaning because it's getting a little stained. And Steel, I'm not trying to sound like Steel has special clothing because not all their clothing is like good quality, but it's nice. But about Steel clothing and is once it's gone, it's usually gone. They don't bring it back. So it's like exclusive. So this one I found through some pretty extensive research. I was just looking for some nice Steel clothing, hoodies. I managed to find this one on eBay, I believe it was. On eBay, yeah. Which you can find, again, there you go. You can find it on eBay. Of course, you can look at what kind of gear they have on steeloutfitters.com. I also found a Steel Timber Sports hoodie, really nice hoodie. And anyhow, yeah. Chris Davis says, sorry, I just seen the cylinder in hand. Don't know. Did you know it was a chainsaw? No, you're all good, man. No worries. I was just wondering. I was just trying to understand what you were saying. So no, you're all good. Happy Friday to you, Chris. Thank you for being here for a little bit. All right. And actually, speaking about Chris, not Chris Davis here commenting, but my buddy Chris, who works for a tree service company called Core Tree Service. He recently just started up his own business, and I help him do groundsman work and sales. Mainly, he wants me for sales, though. He actually reached out to me today, and he's like, "Hey, let's go grind some sales this weekend tomorrow." And I was like, "Sorry, man, I got a hot date." I don't know. That's a random. That was a random thing, but it just because Chris was here and my buddy's name's Chris. Anyways, moving on. I think I'm gonna have to pause for just a second. My grandma and my cousin just showed up. She took my grandma to go do some grocery shopping, so I'm gonna be a nice guy and I'm gonna go help them unload some groceries. So if you're still here, much love to you, and if not, happy Friday. We'll be right back. What's going on? Well, what? The FJ? Sheesh. I'll give you $1,400 for it right now. Yeah. How you doing? Good. How'd it go? Good. Just put them right around in front of that little freezer because those right there. Please. Mira que pollo bonito. Es la tienda favorita de mi amiga. Porque ganas nuestro freezer dijo, ¿y para seguir bajando o no? Ya, pero puro cash flow, no viene otra. ¿No viene otra? Ok. Aquí van los panes. Thank you. ¿De dieta? Ay, ¿no usas de dieta? ¿Ah? ¿No usas de dieta? Sí. ¿No siempre compras de dieta? A mí, I'll just put whatever. I actually stopped drinking back. has IG and it'll still trigger your blood sugar too, so it doesn't even really matter. Yeah. So that's what I do. But then, like I'm like grandpa. I'll just drink enough. Todos modos se toman. Dije, oh, los van a estar poniendo dieta.
Ni me fijé, fíjate. Oh, no.
Is that on?
I'm not sure.
You put a 10-inch lip on this thing, 40-inch tires, and a couple light bars.
But then it's like, well, I commute, so.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. That'll just eat up your fuel,
Yeah.
your gas mileage. You can always put some like knobby, like a little bit more aggressive, but those are actually fine. Those are good.
Yeah, I've been looking at this. I'll probably have to set things like in March. Because I've been looking at like, this is like the second kind of widow.
Oh, those are good.
And then it's
Oh,
like,
good.
okay, I think I'm ready for it. And then it's like,
You have good orchard too.
yeah.
You have good orchard too.
5 para las 12, vamos comiendo.
Are those 20 inch ones?
A las 13.
No, yo comí tamales ahorita hace un ratito. Yo ahorita no voy a comer más.
Tere,
Ustedes coman, yo ahorita estoy haciendo un
no,
video.
yo voy a ir a ver, pues, llevar las gallinas y eso, pero
Ustedes tú comen.
Sí.
Mi panda, yo creo
sí,
afuera también.
afuera.
Pero no, yo comí
Igual
5 tamales.
A Rosaura y a mis niñas, allá está arriba el que les va a pagar.
Ay.
De nada, tía, de nada.
No, ahorita yo estoy haciendo poquito trabajo antes que me vaya para Napa.
Es lo que pensé.
Yeah.
Dijiste que en las 3.
Sí, para más tardar ya quiero estar en camino para las 3. Me go over to hang out with Lady Friend
No.
this weekend. A
Were
little
you
bit.
staying up there for?
Until Sunday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Entonces quédate reservado, le digo, bien. Porque que venga un amigo, que venga alguien y lo lleven a un mandado y ya no trae que.
You see me habló Chris, because I helped my buddy Chris with his tree service company. He just started. He works for a big tree service company, but he's doing his own thing too now. And so he's like, hey, let's go, because he wants me as a salesperson, because that's what I primarily do, sales. And so I was like, oh man, I got a hot date. Pero dije, no, porque quería ir a hacer ventas el sábado. Pero dije, no puedo.
Bien, ¿verdad? Por eso no.
Y también él, he got busy, so. Pero no, tú come más. Yo, a lo mejor, honestamente, yo ni como antes que me vaya. No sé todavía, no sé. Pero nomás quiero aprovechar de hacer este cylinder.
Porque en Casco, dijo, vamos a ir a Casco. Le dije, that chicken, twice the size.
I mean,
Twice the
but
size.
still, I mean, compared to like Rayleigh's, they're all like sucked up and dry. Not dry, but
Los pollitos aquí.
están más grandes y pues mitad del precio, menos, ¿verdad? Más barato. Nomás porque no vamos a la Costco, pero es buena. That's where my friend Taylor, that's where she
Qué
goes.
lástima, le digo, porque qué papel del baño, que todo tengo.
Nomás la única cosa de la Costco es que no, si quieres ir a agarrar pasta, tienes que agarrar un paquete de 3. Pero costea algunas veces porque lo vas a comprar otra vez. So, yeah.
No, sí, eso me hace. Agarrando yo, a veces agarro así, una comprada y otra regalada, a una sorpresa y otra la uso.
Yeah.
Pero,
Bueno, pues por lo menos, it's not raining today right now, so yeah, it's nice. It's like the humidity, probably. I know, yeah.
and or,
We had a tornado up in like, I think that's Sandcloth Valley or something. It was pretty.
there's one from
Was there? I think that's where it was. I think Scotts Valley recently, but yeah. What's good to see your FBA though?
Yeah.
So you have to do it?
Yeah. Well, because of the weather right there.
You're just gonna go off road. Bueno, pues la voy a seguir. Yeah, just doing some cylinder sleeve cleanups, and I'm actually doing a live stream right now. Merry Christmas!
3 chickens, eggs, banana, otra gallina, una tuya, 3 gallinas, huevos, y bananas. Yo quería pagar mi gallina y mis huevitos y mis bananas.
for 3 chickens and
Yeah.
no, si comprarías ahorita 3
Y
pollos
luego
en la
los
Rayleigh,
huevos
te
son
sale
de
como a $40.
4 pollotes,
I
no
know.
todos los platitos, ¿sabes? Mis compañeros pacas secas me digo, con los huevos y las gallinas y todo precio.
Por eso es bueno la Costco, nomás es que son cantidades grandes, pero más cuidado comprar no de más, because, nomás porque no está cerca, pero maybe un día cuando el David son del carro nos vamos a la Costco. Porque sí dan buenas ofertas, buenos precios.
¿Te imaginas que aquí a la Reyes a hacer pues $20 a la pollo? O si no, para venirte de vuelta.
So you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes,
Yeah.
I mean,
Si no hay otra y se necesita,
hopefully it won't be like that too much longer.
sería de ser pues casi barato. Y se vuelve a mi parte, sí, uy, pues va a pagar lo mismo por lo nuevo.
Well, I met a guy,
Exactly, sin tan bacho.
pretty much. Well, I met this guy, his name's Greg, he runs a taxi service here just for winter. And he actually lives here in the mobile home park. And he's good, it's not, he says it's more expensive, but I think it's about the same price, if not a little cheaper actually, So, but bueno, pues, I'm gonna be going, finish that up. And then,
Okay. Ahora sí ya apura, ¿verdad? Porque se va a terminar lo que tiene que hacer.
pues no, I mean, I don't have to do it today, but I'm not gonna do anything else, I'm not gonna kill the day,
Yeah. Y pensando que era jueves, y que ande, bañate, que llegas a las
Báñate.
7.
Damn it.
Así me di, no, de antes me da una clase y me dice, no te nada.
Oh my God.
Y dice, no te creas, todavía me hace mi cabeza.
Pues yo un día
Como le da su gana.
también así le hice a Taylor. I was like, oh, your hair smells good. Le dije, oh, tu pelo huele bonito. Dice, no me lo he lavado en 2 días. And I was like, well, pues tendrás buen sudor. I don't know.
Pero dicen que no.
You're not supposed to.
Se te acaban lo grasosito.
It's like washing your face too much too. If you don't.
Eso yo cuido que no se me acabe lo grasosito.
Right. Alrighty. Okay, when are you leaving?
Maybe Sunday.
Okay, we'll be here. Maybe we can. Well, actually, I don't know if I'll see you on. Well, I don't know. It depends on what time I get back on Sunday. But if I don't, though, if it's me
Yeah, same.
that you came by and you had a safe trip back, and I'm not sure we'll see each other soon again. Soon. But who knows? I might come back. You might be like, you know what? Time to go, bro. Time to go. Get the hell out of here. No, es que le dije, oh, pues ahí nos vemos, pero el domingo no sé a qué horas me voy a venir, porque también vamos a ir a la Costco, because that's where they go do the groceries.
El otro día anduvieron viendo las casas de
For
Navidad.
Christmas, we went to see lights with her family. And
En Napa, muy bonita.
it's called Candy Cane Lane.
Oh, okay.
And they do it in Napa, and I think other areas do like a Candy
I know
Cane.
in Salinas they do it, but I don't know if like Santa Cruz or Rockville or but I know Salinas even has like the vote online for what house.
Oh, yeah.
They'll publish the addresses
Yeah.
and you can vote on the houses and you go buy, you can get off and
It was cool. I mean, some people were out there like selling hot chocolate, and then
making a business out of it.
pretty much, yeah. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And then one house had like Santa Claus, I guess, and they're out there. It was really cool, actually.
Y ya que parecía, le gustaba andar hasta aquí mirando. Es lo que dijo que íbamos a hacer. Ahora en la mañana le dije, ay, nos fuimos. Le dije, no le alcanza el tiempo. No, nos agarramos platicando ayer anoche, después de que se vino Laura, hasta las 11. Le dije, ay, ya son las 11. Rosaura siempre, o se pone con sus hijas a ver movies, o lo que sea, pero no se acuerdan de nada. No, estaban unos en el parque a esas horas de la noche, lloviendo, con su música y gritadera.
Oh yeah, they'll be out there.
Oh, yeah, yo les llamé a la policía y dije, dice, ¿es grito de ayuda o grito de que, y es grito de que se lo están pasando bien?
Yeah.
Y no me podía dormir y pues, más ese cuarto que está. Ajá. Porque los demás no.
I mean, technically by 10 o'clock you kind of have to call it a day. For noise, at
Oh,
least.
yeah, I'm surprised nobody else called it. And they were still, hasta después de que se fue al rato me quedé dormida y luego todavía, más al rato, los oí todavía, dije, no sé qué será. Siempre, como tienen el parque ahí enfrente, siempre.
Yeah.
Y pues está lloviendo, está oscuro, pero allí van y toman y allí se la pasan.
Yeah. Pues bueno, pues
Okay,
con
yeah.
cuidado. Alrighty.
Mañana a ver si,
Ay, manita.
a ver
Que chamárrate, nenita.
damos vuelta ya a la Davis, entonces
Oh, all right, okay. Here we are. For those of you that stuck around, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your time. Bye. You know, all this talking about honing, I think we are going to have to try to do that and see what we can see if we can learn how to hone. That'd be pretty cool. So they're smooth to the touch. You can still see the gouges. The my sanding bit there is kind of a little spent up, but at least just to get the most out of the life out of that, or the most out of that. I don't know what I just tried to say. But we'll probably end up having to change it here because these ones up here, there's quite a bit. Boom, 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 boom. Tool's all janky. It's broken. I actually got it pretty good. Okay. Just got to get a little more right here. Looking this way, top right corner of the exhaust port. And then a little bit in between the transfer and the right side of the exhaust port. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing well today. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Happy Friday, yay. Yeah, I think it might be time to change out our sanding bit. But we'll keep it going for a little bit with this one. Let's see. We got some comments. Mr. Freedom, howdy. Same to you. Hope all is well. Much love to you, man. Happy Friday. Brandon F says, once that bird grabs and runs on the cylinder, you'll never hold it like that again. At least I didn't. Huh? Let me see. What do you mean, Brandon? Sorry, my brain. Explain yourself, sir. I don't know. I'm not following. I'm not following what you're saying. Okay, a little more above the transfer there, in between. A little more on that one, and then I am going to change the burr out, or the bit, because I can still see some of the markings. A little bit more on the top. That transfer there. Let me turn on this light and see if I can get a better. Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, bada bing. Cool. 1 second here. Okay, a little better. Big boy was getting warm. So now let's go ahead and change the sanding bit here to a new one so I can really get the last of the little markings that I can still see. But as far as the gouges go, they have been removed. They're gone. Smooth to the touch on just my just with the because of the bit here, it's pretty spent already. So I'm gonna just get rid of some of these markings still that I can see. Basically outlines. They're smooth, but I can just see the outlines. So with that, with the new bit, it'll be good. We'll be able to get it. S5 says, would you rather 1 versus 1 a tiger or a bear? I think I'd rather 1 versus 1 a bear. Tigers, man, big cats. I don't know. They're they're kind of intense. I mean, a bear would be freaking nuts too, but I think I'd go for the bear. Faux show. I wouldn't be able to outrun either, that's for sure. And I couldn't even try climbing a tree because imagine me trying to climb up a tree. And either way, they'd be able to get to me either way. They'd climb trees too. So it's like, either way, I wouldn't stand a chance. Guaranteed. Actually, you know what? I can just turn it around. Let's be smart here, people. All of a sudden, I'm trying to think. Just use this side now. So mainly I'm just using the tip. Whoa. See? And then I'm just going to flip it around and use this side. And then I don't even have to probably use a brand new one. I just turn that shites around. Let me see. See if I can get this. And that's the point, is to be snug. There we go. Now I'm going to just flip it this way. We got Gemblung. Hello, hello. So right now I'm just cleaning up this 661 cylinder, cleaning up the sleeve. It had some gouging and some piston transfer, and that way we can save our customer hopefully a few bucks and not have to spend money on a whole rebuild kit or a new top end essentially. So we're still going to have to get a new piston for it because the piston is way too gone to salvage, but we can salvage the cylinder sleeve. of course, we'll test it and make sure it's actually good. Because just because it's clean, I mean, that's still no guarantee, but I've had success with it, but that doesn't mean it's smooth sailing each time. So I'm just changing sides of this sanding bit. It's a Dremel brand. I don't know what grit it is, but yeah, we're gonna figure this out. So this one's gonna go on this side, and then this one's gonna go on the bottom. Should be good to go. Either way, it'll be a lot better than the other side. Trying to get it in the hole. It's typically a challenge for me. He said what? Relax, people. I said what I said. Cool. All right. Hope everyone is doing well out there today. So let's see. Gemblung says, can it be replaced with sandpaper? Yeah, so essentially that's what we're doing. Sanding bit, and then I clean up the finish with the with this stuff here. I've never used it up until, well, when I bought it. I didn't know about it until I bought it. That's what they recommended at the hardware store that I like to shop at. It's made by a brand called Master Plumber. They call it Plumber's Abrasive Cloth, Sandcloth. Essentially just some sandpaper, 120 grit. I didn't go for 120 specifically. That's just what they recommended. I told them what I was doing when I started cleaning up cylinder sleeves, and it works out really well. It makes it look really good. And then this just kind of speeds up the process instead of sitting there with your finger. Although that would work too. Not everybody has access to a Dremel, which that's totally fine. And we got Rad Dad Moody in the house. What up, what up? Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the tree biz is doing well out there today. I'm sure it is. Okay. Let's get some water. Oh, so strong. Okay. So all we've done right now is just flip the sides of the bit here, of the sanding bit. So this side's all spent up, and now we're using this side, and that should be enough grit to just get rid of the outlines of the gouges, because everything is smooth. It's good. I've gone around the whole cylinder sleeve just to even out the finish as best as possible, and then finish it off with the 120, what they call Sandcloth, but it's just sandpaper. Or maybe it is different. I don't know. So anyhow, Rad Dad says, you know me, bro. Burning big doinks. Them hash holes, brother. Perfect thing for a Friday. I don't smoke anymore. I stopped smoking weed, what? At least 4 months ago now. But take a few puffs for me, though. In my name. Okay, so I'm gonna hit it right there, bottom of the exhaust port, and then at the up above, and then should get rid of the last little outlines of those gouges. Okay. And then we'll just hit it with the sandpaper, and it's all good. We got Sherry 5-speed in the house. Hey there, Poppy. Oh, what up, what up? Don't make me blush, but happy Friday. You busy at the shop today? Doing a little, just continuing on with some cylinder work. This is going to be the only one that we're going to get through, I think, right now. We could probably start another one, but I do have somewhere to be um, around 4. I'm going to leave here at 3 because it takes about an hour to get there. So just doing a little something before I go. And then, like I was saying earlier, there won't be any live streams this weekend until I'm going to just say Monday, because I'm going to be back Sunday afternoon sometime, maybe closer to evening time. It just depends. And so yeah, we'll be back on Monday, and we'll be continuing on with cylinder work until we get some parts in for repairs. We'll do that. We have repairs varying from clutch repairs, springs, general services like air filters, things like that. What else? And then obviously top end. We gotta reassemble some stuff, so we gotta get some parts ordered up and whatnot, and then we'll have some more stuff to do, because I don't think it's boring doing cylinder work, but just to kind of switch it up on the channel. But then again, whatever goes. I quit cigarettes. So Rad Daddy says, Rad Daddy, your daddy now, Rad. Rad Dad Moody says, I got you. I quit cigarettes, converted to vaping. It's helped me tremendously. I still need my nicotine, but I'm not spending $10-20 a day on smokes. $10 a vape lasts me a week or so. So I'll be honest. I haven't smoked a cigarette, man. Shoot, and like since 2013. I wasn't a religious smoker, but when I would be out drinking, I'd be like, "Hey, man, let me get a stogie, man." And so the last time I smoked a cigarette was 2013, 14, and but I did go through my phases with the vapes. I did like the actual like vape boxes, with the sub ohm tanks and whatnot. Low nicotine, it was basically just for blowing clouds. It wasn't even so much because of the nicotine. A lot of the times I would do nicotine-free juice just for blowing clouds and just building mods and coils and whatnot. But then a few years ago, actually, like maybe, it's been at least like 3 years ago now, I was on those, they call them flumes, um, and I was on those for a little bit. I was like, oh, let me just try them. And then, of course, they have like that instant nicotine rush and whatever. And because technically, I think Nick salts or whatever they call it. And yeah, I was on those for a little bit. It was kind of hard to kick those for some reason, mainly because it was just like a behavioral thing. When I would be doing something, I was used to just like taking hits off the vape and whatever. And so yeah, I was on those for a little bit. I think I went through like 6 or 7 of them, at least 7. So it was just a quick little feel good buzz. But yeah, man, they're all right. Better than, I don't know if they're better than smoking cigarettes. Less carcinogenics and whatnot. I think that's what they call it. But yeah, either way, a start is a start, man. Why not make additional standard size steel pipes? What? Gemblung, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Rad Dad says it's been 2 years since I got the smokes down. Right on. See, that's awesome, man. Usually, from what I understand, like the first 3 days, it's the hardest. Like the first you know, 32 hours or whatever, it's hard. After that, it's all a mental game. But also too, if you are actually ready to, make a change, whatever it is, eat better, not do DoorDash as much, like myself. Man, I was notorious for ordering out DoorDash and whatnot, and just it makes it even easier when we're actually ready to make a change. And but 2 years, that's great, man. Congrats on that. And either way, the vape is still a little better than cigarettes for sure. That oral fixation is hard to kick. I'm almost 33. Been on nicotine for over half my life. Yeah, I first actually so I'm actually 33. I just turned 33. Well, not just, but I turned 33 this year in March. And my first encounter with cigarettes was probably when I was um 13 or whatever age you are when you're in middle school, 6th grade. And and yeah, um it is definitely a fixation, you know. It's it's like people that smoke cigarettes, you know, I'm sure you know. It's like getting into the car. It's a trigger. You know, you get into the car, you might light up a cigarette before you put on your seatbelt, but the thing is, you know, once you get in the car, you're going to smoke a cigarette. So it's all like a behavioral thing too, you know. So, oh, I see what you're saying, Gemblug. I see what you're saying. That would be pretty cool. That would be an idea, but at that point, it'd be kind of like honing, which I think I am going to try to do that at some point. You know, because it would be probably a lot quicker, and I'm not saying the finish will be a lot nicer because I think we do a good job at finish making them look nice, but but yeah, I think that's also a good creative idea. I'm actually going to do something like that, thanks to Aaron Lynch, my buddy, um, to clean up the squish band on the 461 cylinder that we were doing yesterday. So, but let's see what this does. Yep, that's all we needed. Just a little bit extra grit. Let's see. Gemblin says so. There is no need to sand it like it is currently being done because it could uneven if it's. I understand what you're saying. Um, I'm not saying that it will never happen, but I've been doing this for a little bit now, and I haven't ran into any issues. But again, we are still taking material off. I mean, you have to clean it somehow, but that's why I do my best to keep everything steady again and go around the cylinder sleeve. And again, not saying that I'm things can't happen, but I've been I've been okay so far. So that's why I take my time, just do my best to be careful and not do sloppy work to the best of my ability and go from there. But I do hear what you're saying, though. Well, I don't hear, I read what you're saying, man. And Rad Daddy Moody says, hit that like, hit that bell, and subscribe, folks. My man. Appreciate the love, dude. And even though it may seem to some that when someone suggests something or makes a recommendation or shares an opinion, it may seem like I just kind of write it off, and I don't, unless to me it really doesn't make sense. And even then, I'll try to make sense of it, but I don't totally disregard anyone's recommendations, suggestions, or opinions. Um, I definitely do take them into consideration, unless it's just something that maybe I already know is not quite that. But I think for a couple of other pistons that I have or cylinders that I have, I'm going to try to do some honing. Because like Emblem says, you could run into the risk of unevening the cylinder sleeve. Of course you can. We're taking off material, but I think honing, of course it's still taking off material, but it's a lot more even. It'll be closer to the diameter of the cylinder sleeve opposed to just going around. And even though I'm saying that I'm doing my best to keep it even and do whatever I feel like I do to prevent any issues. I mean, anything can still happen, but I think honing is going to be part of the next thing that we're going to try to learn and see what we can do. But as far as what I was trying to go for here right now to get the last of the little outlines of those lines, looks like I have gotten rid of them. And again, it's not to go for, we want it to be 100%, but we don't need to go too crazy. We just need to make it look good. And then, of course, it all depends on how it runs once we reassemble everything and whatnot. So I still see a little shadow, but at this point it would be OCD if I wanted to try to keep going at it, but everything is smooth. It's not going to affect performance. At least I don't think it will, but you never know. The littlest things can. Okay, I am good with that. So now all I'm going to do is just go around. I need to get just a little bit on that transfer there on the right hand side of that transfer. Okay, and now all I'm going to do is just go around the whole cylinder sleeve just to even it out a little bit as far as like my lines, and then we'll hit it with this, what they call abrasive sandcloth. Say it, don't spray it. There we are. Gemblin says, okay, my brother was too brave to scrape off the scratches on the piston block, while the piston must be really precise when entering the engine block. Yeah, no, everything really does. I mean, everything does matter. I mean, it does. But like I was just saying, I think, you know, we've been talking a lot about honing, and I think honing would be maybe a little bit better, or a lot better than my method. It'd probably be quicker for sure, and definitely probably a better chance of keeping things even as far as the cylinder sleeve and whatnot. And I really think, thanks to you guys, thanks to everybody just commenting, and we're talking about honing. I think we should try to learn how to do it, or try it and just see what kind of results we get, because it would be a lot cleaner, I think. Even though I feel like I have a good method here, but again, things sometimes could be better or done with using a better technique or method. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna look into some honing supplies, and I need to get myself, well, actually I have this guy right here. This would probably do the trick. I like Milwaukee, but I also do like DeWalt. I had this one in my my storage shed. I bought it for really cheap. It's a set. It came with a carrying case or a little bag, a battery, a charger, and I was gonna resell it, but then I started doing my thing here in the shed, and I started having to need to take off clutches and flywheels and things like that. So instead of having to go out and, well, not instead of having to, but instead of going out and buying what I prefer, I saved money and I just started using this, and it works out well. It can take off almost all clutches, except there's a couple that it struggles with sometimes. Like it struggled with the 395 XP clutch. It struggled with the 288 XP clutch that I have here, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, it tackles what I need, but eventually, you know, I should probably get a little something stronger, just so that way, yeah, because that 288 clutch I still haven't been able to take off. So, and I need to take it off just for more inspecting and possibly replacing. So, thankfully I've been blessed with good business these days, and so I am in a position right now where I can go get, you know, what I would prefer to use from the beginning, which is just not just, but a Milwaukee M18 impact driver. But yeah, we'll get there. But I think this will work for honing. OO says, do you have a honing kit? I know car guys like 4-stone honing thingy. I don't, so that's what I was saying. I think I'm going to start looking into it, and I'm going to start looking into that today, and watch some YouTube University and just see what the process is like. I started kind of watching it a little bit, but not enough to really take any information from that, because but yeah, I think I might just, you know, although this has been working well, but I do take your guys' consideration and recommendations into mind, and either way, I think honing would be better. It would be better, a lot quicker, instead of having to sit there and go around and round and round. A lot more even, less chance of, you know, unevening the cylinder sleeve, and just save a little more time. So, and then I don't have to spend money on bits, although these last pretty, you know, a good while, but I think honing might be the way to go here. So we'll definitely look into that, and we'll try it one day, and probably soon, actually. So just got to look for the supplies. And actually, you know what? This is Grandpa's. I forget that he has this. When I saw it, when I came across this, because I lived here with my grandparents, and I mean, this is kind of old school and probably not what I would use, but I mean, this is essentially what we need. Something like this. Although I don't know what type of. This is pretty much what we're looking after, like what we're going after. Not quite the diameter, a little small, but either way, I'm gonna look into some honing stuff, and we're gonna practice honing. So maybe not on customer cylinders, because I do have a couple of cylinders that are mine, from just obtaining them from old saws and takeoffs, and and so we'll practice on non-customer cylinders. But I think we'll be okay. But I'd rather practice on my own stuff first, and then if I feel like I'm doing a good job, then of course we'll do it on customer cylinders. But same thing, like when I started doing it the way that I'm doing it, I didn't do it on customer cylinders, even though I had an idea of how I was going to do it. I practiced on other cylinders. The first one that I practiced on and I did was an 084 cylinder that I still have here, that one of the mechanics at the shop that I was working at gave me. I cleaned it up in the parts washer, and it's a beautiful cylinder. I started porting it. I'm not done yet, just because I haven't had time to really do side project stuff, just because, you know, customers come first. But here it is, 084 cylinder. It's not perfect yet, but I need to hit it up at the top a little bit more. But I got the idea of the process. Then I started porting the intake a little bit, or the exhaust port. My bad. But yeah, I think this is. I'm sure there's different types of. I don't even know what this would be called, other than a honing burr. I'm not sure, but I always forget that Grandpa has this laying around. Okay, so now final step is to just go around and do some finger work and just clean up this finish. But everything else is good. No gouges. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I do my best to keep all the lines and little swivel marks kind of in uniform, but that's what that Sandcloth will do and make it look nice. But we're looking pretty good. Once we hit it with that Sandcloth, it'll look something like that. Gemblin says, I've seen sandpaper like this and I don't use it. Like the Sandcloth here? Yeah, it's different. I mean, I'm sure there's a difference between sandpaper and cloth, but I don't know. I don't know the difference. Well, I guess because it has cloth, and I don't know. But let me just double check here, because I did see a spot where, like in between one of the transfers, I think maybe I could just touch it up right there real quick. But the Sandcloth, or the sandpaper cloth, we're just going to say cloth, because I'm sure if they're calling it a cloth, it's because it's cloth, and it does have cloth. As you can see, it has little fibers tearing off. So yeah, Sandcloth. We'll call it Sandcloth. So I'm sure I'll get someone in here one day like, it's not sandpaper. It's Sandcloth, damn it. Whoa. Settle down, Francis. All right? Chill. We're learning here, people. I've only been doing this for a little over a year and a half, I would say, getting close to. give it just a little spin right there. Just in between that transfer right there. Just like Trailer Trash Tammy says, a little dab will do you. Maybe just a little more on the top of that exhaust port. I can see a little. Okay. OO says, I call it abrasive material. Let's just call it that. I think that's a safe bet. Now it's time to hit it with some abrasive material. But eventually we'll get someone in here that's like, that's not what it's called. All right, man. Geesh. Don't yell at me. I have asthma. All right. Chill. My brother, I suggest that it is better to use steel pipe that is measured to the exact length and then cut it with the hammer, the hole that it's been sanded. We'll find a good method. We'll find a good or a better method potentially, but for now, we just got to do with what we got. But like I said, I am gonna look into some honing material or supplies, just because I've been curious about honing as well. So, plus I don't, to go buy some pipe and cut it. I don't even have a means to cut it right now, and it's just I feel like honing would probably be the next best for now. Not saying you're wrong. Remember, I do take everyone's suggestions and opinions into consideration, unless it's just some shiza, but it's all Gucci. Okay, wow, it's 1 o'clock already. Let's get it. So I'm gonna just finish up using the rest of these. This one's pretty spent up. One thing I like to do is I like to use everything until it's like completely gone. Just like my clothes, I wear the same crap or the same clothes until it's just like tearing, and like shoes, I just use them until they're just bad. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm gonna spend more time sitting there. Gamblin', I appreciate you. Appreciate your support and the recommendations. And one thing that I appreciate is like when people, go ahead, I like when you share your opinions, not like you and specifically Gamblin', but just like one thing that kind of drives me crazy is they'll be like, oh, don't do it that way. That's not the right way to do it. And then they don't provide any advice or suggestions or solutions. They just say, that's not the way to do it. And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, so then tell me how it's better, tell me how to do it then, or suggest. Don't just, so I appreciate you, you're throwing out suggestions and or opinions, and then but you're actually backing them up with some some advice or some, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? Drives me nuts. And then sometimes I'll ask people like that, well, how would you suggest to do it? And then they don't comment. But sometimes that's when I just think people just comment just to comment. Looking for that reaction, I guess. Okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and grab a new piece here. Get a forearm workout that way, because you're just like, ugh. Okay, relax. IBS Wen says, do you know how to remove fine scratches from piston? So the only way that I've done it, and if it's literally just fine, if it's just markings, what I call them, and not gouges, and even tiny fine little gouges, not deep gouges, I've just used this abrasive material that they call Sandcloth, but we're going to say abrasive material because I don't know. It's 120 grit. I didn't specifically go for 120 grit. That's just what, when I went in, I said, hey, I'm doing this and I'm thinking about doing this, and this is what they recommended at the hardware store. And it's a good hardware store, True Value, and it works fine. So I've used this on my buddy's 500i piston, cleaned it up, put new rings on it, and then cleaned up his cylinder just like this. And that was about at least 3 months ago, maybe 4 months now. I don't really know. Time goes by quick. And yeah, came out looking good. Fishy Face says, want to call you out on something but provide no insight or back. That's exactly. So yeah, they'll quote unquote call me out, or they share their opinion, which everyone's entitled to an opinion and they have a right to share. But at least me personally, if I'm gonna call someone out or say, hey, that's not the right way to do it, or I wouldn't do it that way, I would then try to give some explanation of maybe how I think it would be better. Not that it would be the best way, but just, so just give a little bit more explanation. That's kind of what drives me a little crazy. Gemblin says, I apologize for my words. No, man, not at all. I'm not talking about you. It's not. I'm just saying in general, like when others have came in and they're like, oh, that's not. But you're at least saying, hey, I would try doing this, or I would do this, or I think it's best. You're actually giving a little more constructive criticism rather than just criticism. That's all I'm saying. So definitely no offense taken. I promise you. Everything is good. IBS says, okay, can't feel them with the nail. Yeah, so that's what I would consider just piston transfer. So markings from the piston coming in contact with the cylinder sleeve. And so at that point, yeah, you can just hit it with something like this, 120 grit, or maybe something a little higher, but I think this works fine. This 120 grit worked fine. And even when you're doing that, just like how I'm doing it with this rotary tool here, I'm not applying any significant pressure. I'm just applying enough pressure for the tool to stay in contact with whatever the surface is that I'm doing. If I do feel like I need to apply more pressure, I apply a little bit more as needed. I don't just sit there and just, same thing with the sandpaper. Don't just sit there and, just go light. It's like cooking, you can always add more salt if you need to. Because if you just dump the salt in and it's salty, you can't take salt out. Same thing with this. You go too far, well, then it's gone too far. There's really nothing that we can do. Same thing with porting. When I'm porting, especially using, like I said, when I do porting and I use the carbide burrs, take off material very quickly. They're very abrasive, so I just let the burr do its thing. I don't apply any additional pressure unless I feel like I need to do a little bit, but just you know. And one thing that I follow too, just like porting, I always make sure to keep the tool consistently moving, not just leaving it in one spot or going too slow over one spot. Constantly move it, because I've already learned almost the hard way when porting. Thankfully, it was my personal cylinder when I was practicing. When I first started porting, I caught an idea of, even leaving the tool there for just even a split second too long. Things can go bad pretty quickly. So I would try something like this. Don't just take my word for it. Maybe do I'm not being a dick. I'm just saying, maybe check out some forums or look into it a little bit. But for me, this works perfect. Even when they're light gouges, that's what it would be considered, a gouge. Light gouges, you can hit it with some of this, and I've been able to do it. Markings though, this will do just fine. But again, just see what else other people recommend, or because there could be a better way. Fishy Face says you have a justified reasoning as to why you feel that way. I mean, it just kind of makes sense, but again, we're all a little different, but it's all good, no hard feelings ever. Says 120 grit today. I tried polishing a piston with abrasive paste first, 80 micron, but it was too long, so I switched to 800 grit and it finished it with 12. So there you go, like says. So maybe you can IBS, check out what just said. And there's a lot of different ways that you can clean up cylinder sleeves, like pastes and things like that. And eventually, we'll try different methods, because I am one of those types of people. I feel like that I just like trying different things. Even though I feel like I have found a method that works for me, I like trying different things just to see what results I get, maybe quicker, easier. So it's always good to try things. And especially when people are giving you constructive criticism, it's good to keep an open mind, because that's how we learn most of the time, is keeping an open mind. And even though we find and have something that works for us, not be so closed off, like, oh, I already know what I'm doing. Like, I already know. Like, try to keep an open mind. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get it going here. It's like honing a knife edge. So but now I'm actually excited to look for some honing supplies and just see and do some research on that. I'm excited to buy a couple of pistons. One for Ephraim's 661, the one that we're doing here, because for him I'm doing OEM. All customers, saws, I always recommend OEM, and I go OEM. And they're like, oh man, and then I tell them the prices for original, and they're like, man, it's kind of expensive. I'm like, I know, but we can go the aftermarket route, but there's a good chance you're gonna end up spending more money in the and not even in the long run, in the short run, because it's not going to hold up usually as well. Sometimes, I don't know. But for mine, like I said, for my 661, just for testing purposes, just to see how we did on our cylinder sleeve cleanup, I'm gonna buy a Meteor piston. My buddy Aaron Lynch, he says that they're good for what they are. He actually said just as good as OEM, and he is a badass saw builder. He does porting, that's what he specializes in, but he also does general repairs. You guys can check him out if you'd like on here on YouTube. He also has Instagram, but YouTube is where all the juicy stuff is. If you guys like porting or just badass saw ripping action, that's your go-to guy right there. I'm also blessed to call the gentleman Red Beer Saws a friend as well. Good guy. And Erica from Married with Small Engines. And she's always really busy in her shop. Great videos. So if you guys ever want to, watch videos on repairs, diagnostics, troubleshooting. She has very, very good videos. She's been in the game. She's an OG, and it's still kind of crazy to say that she's a friend. And every now and then, when she has time, she'll pop in, hang out, um, watch the lives, and vice versa. You know, just share the love and support, share the knowledge. I've met a lot of great people through our live streams, just like everyone watching right now, and being positive and encouraging and supplying ideas and suggestions. That's amazing. And we've only had our channel. When I say our channel, I mean you and me. It's our channel. So we've only had it since July of this year, and it's been a tremendous journey. It's incredible. I had no idea that, you know, we were gonna, not to sound negative, but, you know, I think going into it and be like, oh man, we're gonna have a bunch of subscribers, and I'm doing it just because it's fun. It's what I love, and it's grown just through consistency, keeping that open mind, taking others' suggestions into, you know, just keeping an open mind, treating people right first and foremost, because I really do my best to apply Buck and Billy's quote, "The work hard, be kind, be honest." It sounds simple, but sometimes it's not so simple. It's a little challenging. For me, not so much the honesty, but sometimes, you know, we feel frustrated. We have an off day. We have low patience. So sometimes, you know, the kindness is you know, sometimes we don't feel very kind, right? I think we all kind of know what I'm talking about. The work hard, same thing. Sometimes, you know, an off day in the shop or wherever you work, you know, it could be discouraging, and it just doesn't make you look, it doesn't make you feel very willing to keep the hustle going, you know, but all we can do our best. Gemblin says try sanding in water to get a smoother sanding result. Okay. I ended up removing, I don't know if it's okay, but no more slightly scratches. Yeah, all you can do is, and if I wanted to be more precise, I can get a tool. And Gemblin, I will try that. We'll try that on the next cylinder. I promise we will. We'll try it. Well, maybe we'll try it on our one of our personals. Just something about water and metal. For some reason, it just, I don't know. But what kind of tool is that called to know how much material you're taking off? Because see, I don't even know. I would like to have one of those tools just so I know, because I do like to know details like that. But you'll find out when you run it though, and see if everything is okay. IBS Win says I subbed. Much love to you, man. Thank you. I appreciate for subscribing. Appreciate you, and we're all glad to have you here. Glad to have everyone, even if you don't subscribe, even if you pop in every now and then. I definitely think about honing when I'm doing this step, because man, my little sissy boy hands, forearms kind of feel the burn, man. I mean, you know, it's like, sheesh. Well, I got a little text message here. This is important. It's important. Yeah, I like to just coming back to Gemlin's. I like to just put in a little. I don't know. I'm kind of a geek when it comes to this. A geek to this kind of stuff. I mean, I could easily just say to my customers, "Ah, yeah, nah, man, just let's buy a new top end for it. You know, new piston and cylinder." But I don't know. I've always been the type to be like, "Well, let me see. Let me see. Let me just mess around and find out." Right? Trial and error. I've always been that way. I feel like I always, you know, for most things. Sometimes I'm like, let's just. But I always try to just mess around and see what I can do, and um, I don't ever really try to look at things as a failure necessarily. If I can't figure something out, it's just a learning process. No matter what, it's a learning process, especially when we look at it as a learning process. I know it sounds kind of cringy, but it's true though. I mean, there's no, I don't know. If we look at it as failure, then I guess it's failure. But I don't think there's such thing. It's all a learning process, especially if we want to try to take something from something. So, because even if I was doing these cylinder sleeves like this, and for some reason I had no good results, instead of saying, "Oh, well, that was a waste of time," "Oh, that was stupid," or "Oh, I'm dumb," or "Oh, well," then then I'm all those things. But we can learn. We can learn something. And also too, if I can't get the results that I'm looking for, um, then I will do. I like researching things. I like researching things, especially when certain when I get suggestions or things. I research those just to get more understanding too. You know, so it's all what we make of it. Just like in anything, I know sometimes it's hard to believe that, especially when we're frustrated, the patience is low, and maybe there's a little desperation to get certain things done, or we're overwhelmed. We don't think like that. I know. Speaking for myself, because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm motivated. I like to do things. I like to mess around, but I can also be very easily discouraged, and I don't know. That's just how it is. But I've been doing my best to not get like that, because when we're easily discouraged, overwhelmed, desperation, patience, we make decisions that you know are not always so good, or we make things worse for ourselves. Same thing like when porting. I've had times where I am porting a customer cylinder. Does that even make sense? What I just said? It's happened when I've been porting a customer cylinder, and and I noticed that maybe things are kind of going a little wrong. And then you feel the panic, and you want to start trying to correct whatever's going on. Instead of doing that, stop, take a look at what's going on, try to figure out how the mistake is being made, instead of just trying to correct it, because you have no idea what's going on. Maybe it could be, you're just the angle's wrong, or too much pressure or something, right? And so I've had a cylinder like that. Luckily, it was my own when I was practicing, and I just, maybe I lost focus or something, and things just were, the port was just going wrong, and I started just like, oh shit. Ugh. And it got to the point where I could not fix it. Instead of, if I would have taken the time to stop and looked at what was happening, and thought of like, okay, how am I hitting this? Like, how am I? Then I probably could have saved it, and I could have. So just got to take the time to look at the bigger picture, I guess. I don't know. I just use a digital caliper. If you want something more precise, there's my micrometer. That's the word. Okay, micrometer. Or yeah, digital caliper. Okay, and that's probably why that's probably why I haven't actually researched, because I know they're expensive, but they're good to have though, especially if you do want to be precise and if you want to be thorough, and I do believe that I do my best to do so, to be like that. So, because I know they're what, like a few $100, right? Like a few meaning like $200 to $300, maybe less, but either way, it's an expense. It's an investment. IBS says, I'm in the process of putting rings in a Montgomery Ward 1978 snowblower. Right on. Hell yeah. Gamblin says, there is a sense of pride in the results that are produced. And that's it too, you know. I could be doing things a lot faster. I could probably have faster turnaround times here in my little shed shop. But the thing is, I want my work to be good, you know, to the best of my ability. Because even though a customer saw, you know, a customer might not, when they take it home, they might not tear it down and look at everything I did, or look at the cleaning job, because that's one of the things that I do take pride on, is the cleaning and just everything that I do, right? Not to sound full of shit, but I do take pride. But the thing is, if I cut a corner somewhere, sure, the customer honestly might not know that I cut a corner or that I did something half-assed. But the thing is, I'm going to know, and then the conscious. And so I'd rather just take the extra little bit of time to just have a good peace of mind, you know, knowing that I did good work, or, you know, did the best to my ability. Um, and yeah, just go from there pretty much. IBS says, what cylinder is that off of? I got here in the middle of the live. So yeah, this is a steel 661 cylinder. This is for my buddy Ephraim, and he was already he already had approved on just getting a new top end. But I was like, you know what? Let me just you know, I feel like I have good success, and you know, I'm sure I'll have one that one day maybe doesn't, something will not run right, but I think I think it'll be good. So now, instead of having to buy a new top end, which could be upwards of, you know, 300-400 bucks, or maybe even more, depending on where I get it from, now all I have to focus on is, yes, I'm gonna, you know, charge a little labor for this. You know, of course, I'm not going to charge the whole 124 minutes that I was here, but just something that I believe is fair, because overall, it's practice, it's more experience, and and so now all I have to focus on is getting a piston for it, and if I really wanted to just do some testing, which I think I might do that too, and then buy the OEM piston, is just pick up two of those Meteor pistons, because they're only like, I think after shipping it'll be closer to maybe $60 depending, or maybe 55, and then put it in, see how it runs, and if it runs good, then buy the OEM, or I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet for his, but either way, it will not leave here, assuming that this goes good and it runs good, it will not leave here without a OEM piston. For Big Bertha, for my personal 661, I'll probably just leave the Meteor piston in there for now, because I'm not doing a whole lot of cutting right now anyways. So, and so yeah, so we'll go about it that way, I think. We got Martin Rue coming in all the way from Slovakia. Much love to you, my friend. Happy Friday. Much love to you guys out there in Slovakia. I don't know how the holidays work over there, but happy holidays. I hope you've been well. Family, friends, loved ones, all the good stuff. IBS with the thumbs up, double thumbs. Some might say it's overkill, but I keep looking at Big Bertha's clutch cover, because we did we gave her a little love. Dude, this setup right here looks pretty sweet, man. West Coast, Gordy, he does some fine work. The dogs, very aggressive. They do the job, but I have seen they can be, you know, little weak points on the mounts here, especially on the 500 eyes. I've seen times where it actually breaks off of the crankcase, like the inner dogs. Not very good. Maybe that's just a problem with the crankcase itself, but Gordy makes some beautiful products. Big Bertha's a beautiful saw. I got it for, I ended up getting it for $800. Very clean saw, not much use, not many hours on it. Being that it has an M-tronic carburetor, if I had the software, which is the MGD little diagnostic module. It'll actually tell you how many hours are on it, but I don't think very many. Unfortunately, I think they had it just long enough to run some bad gas, run it too hard, maybe run some dull chains, and they damaged the piston and the cylinder. But I haven't even given it my cleaning, and it's a clean saw. Like even underneath the muffler, it's clean, like pretty damn clean. The original parts that it came with were clean. You know, they had a couple little scratches and whatnot. I mean, that's to be expected, but I had some parts laying around, so I gave Big Bertha a new shroud, air filter cover, rewind starter just to be extra, some new filler caps with the blue O-rings, which I've been told those are like the better and improved filler caps. And what else? And then of course the clutch cover and the dogs. It still has the original muffler on it, but eventually I think if I don't do the West Coast bark box, I want to start bringing in the Egan straight mufflers or straight shot mufflers, because I think I don't know, I think they might be better. Egan makes some great products, but Gordy, he makes really good products too. I don't know if I have any in here right now. I do. Let me see. I mean, he has some beautiful welding. I mean, really clean product. So this one here is for a 660 066, and I know they're pretty much the same saw, at least a 660 and 661, but it is a little different. He does make one specifically for the 661, but who knows? Maybe I can fabricate. I don't know. I haven't actually messed around with it, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But I think I want to run an Egan on Big Bertha, because I like Egan stuff too. I have one of his pipes here for my 2511, and then I've had a couple, but I sold one to a customer that we ported his 2511 for our buddy Fernando out in Sacramento here in California. Rowdy pipe, a lot of airflow, but Gordy's 2511 mufflers, amazing. Same thing with the 201 mufflers, especially now that he's made improvements to the back plates, because they were weak points. And big shout out to Gordy and Lauren and Samantha. It was really cool. I got to talk to them all on the phone a couple weeks ago. I got to meet Gordy over the phone and talk to him for a little bit. Super nice guy. And so basically, this is one that I have left over here. It's for my customer Jason. It's his original, but these back plates are the only weak points on these mufflers. This is the 201 muffler, badass. But as you can see, they're weak points. They break. And so now he's made improvements, and all he's done is to make these back plates thicker. And so I was about to say shout out to them for sending over some replacements for my buddy Leon and Jason, good customers of mine. Here's the new one. Looks the same. Obviously it's the same, but just these back plates are a little thicker. She's thick. But those 201 mufflers are great. I had a personal 201 TC M-Tronic version, and sorry, my bad, Carter. Hello, happy Friday. I ended up selling it just to invest back into the shop here and buy parts and whatnot. It was brand new. I hadn't cut anything with it. Had no hours on it. All I did was put the West Coast 3-point dogs, and for that one I did the Precision Saw Service muffler. Beautiful muffler, amazing machine work. A gentleman by the name of Michael Gage makes those. I think he's out in Idaho, I believe. Nice pipe. Whoa, easy there, bud. Nice muffler, just a little expensive. I think out the door with tax and everything, it's closer to like $90. A little expensive. It's like $25 more than Gordy's mufflers for the 2511 and the 201. And it's a nice muffler, but in my opinion, it sounds good. The machining on it, the fabrication work is amazing. But I think the 201 mufflers by West Coast, still better. They are better. A lot more zip, nice sound. If you guys want to hear what that sounds like, I have a clip of it, of both, of the 201 with the precision saw service muffler, and a little ripping vid of my buddy Rodolfo's 201 that I did a little work to, that's running the 201 muffler by West Coast. Really nice, really nice. So my point was is that even though I like Egan's straight shot pipe for the 2511s, Gordy's mufflers are really good too. It just depends on how obnoxious and annoying you want to be out on the field, in the field. So S. Jack says, hello from a Dutch saw idiot. Nah, man, what? No. Much love to you. We're all learning here, man. We're all learning here. How does it feel when your fingers become thin? Gemlin, what? Gemblin says I subscribed and liked from Indonesia. Hey, much love to you, Gemblin. Appreciate you. I didn't even realize you were all the way in Indonesia. Much love to you guys out there, man. We got Liam Rowe in the house. Says Gemblin, what is you saying? He's saying he's got love, man. He's got love for us. Liam, much love to you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here and taking time out of your days and lives to see what we're doing over here. And just a heads up, for those of you that are recurring viewers and maybe possibly look forward to our live streams here, there won't be any live streams after today until I'm going to just say Monday, because I'm going to be out for the weekend, hanging out with the lady friend out in Napa, and I will be back on Sunday at some point, and I just don't know what time. So but we'll be back on Monday for sure, and basically get back to cylinder work, and maybe we'll have some parts to do some repairs. Maybe, actually, you know what? I need to start doing some saw cleaning. So I think to take a break from cylinders for a little bit, maybe we'll do some saw cleaning on Monday. Maybe start the day with saw cleaning, get out here earlier in the morning, like even earlier than today. Show you guys my cleaning process, which I promise you it's not that exciting. It's not that fun to watch, but we can at least hang out for a little bit and whatnot. I just did a live stream showing the my cleaning process because a man by the name of River Bryant was like, hey, can you show a video of your cleaning process? And so I was like, yeah, definitely. But I just thought it was easier to do a live stream than having to try to make a video, because it's kind of it's not a long process. It's just, there's only a couple steps, but, well, a few steps, but I just figured it'd be a good live stream topic. Okay. Been going at it for quite a while. It's already been good. I just try to get the most out of my little abrasive cloth here. Wow, 4:45 in the morning. Sheesh. Do you ever sleep? S Jack Flip says, looks like a humble man to me. Hey man, appreciate the kind words and the support and the love. Jeffrey Colson says, y'all prepare and be ready. We're about to get it. We're about to, oh, to get hit. Whoa, what's going on? What's going to happen, man? Let us know. What's going on? Jeffrey, don't be scaring us like that, man. What's going on over there? Okay. We are good to go here. That looks pretty good, pretty good. Jeffrey knows something that we don't. Jeffrey, what's going on, man? Gamblin, I appreciate you. Appreciate all the love, man, and support, and the suggestions and the tips and tricks. Okay. Oh man, my hands are dirty, man. I'm just kidding. Keem, welcome. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well out there. Says this is one of the best parts of port work. Yeah, so this one is this cylinder. This it's a 661 for our customer and buddy Ephraim. All I did here was just clean up the cylinder sleeve a little bit. It had a little bit of gouging and some piston transfer, and so I start off with my rotary tool here. This is a Dremel sanding bit or wheel, but I think it's more like a bit. I don't know. Either way, and then just to do the initial cleaning, and then I touch up the finish just to make it look a little nicer with this abrasive material. They call it a Sandcloth. It's basically sandpaper, but it does have a cloth material in the back. As you can see, it kind of tears off. It's 120 grit. It's just what was recommended when I told the guy at the hardware store that I like to go to here in the next town over. It's called True Value. Really nice hardware store, mom and pops. It's no Home Depot. They have everything. Like everywhere you look, there's just stuff. And I said, hey, so I'm going to start doing this, and I need something to kind of clean up the finish. And he's like, all right. He's like, get this. I think this will work for you. So it's made by a company called Master Plumber. It's basically what they use to clean up copper piping when they're doing plumbing. Obviously, right? Yeah. Anyhow, and let me see here. Let me go hit it with the air compressor just to make sure there's no little sand fines in there. Huh. I don't know how to say your username, but they asked us if we know a certain someone by the name of Barry, and I feel like it's one of those inside jokes, but no, don't know him. Alrighty, folks. Let me show you what we got. So here is the final results. Or final result, I should say. Yeah. And that's where we leave it. That's all I ever do. So this is the third cylinder that we've done. So yesterday we did this 461. Show you guys what this one looked like. So this one, I just got to clean up the squish band, which, like I keep saying, my buddy Aaron Lynch, badass saw builder. He's here on YouTube. You guys can check him out if you'd like, if you have time. He recommended a way to do it. Something about a super cheap piston, put some sandpaper, and then spin the piston, and we're gonna do that together. But that's all that's left. What you're seeing there, that's pieces of the piston ring that broke off. It hung up on the exhaust port, and it pressed into the squish band. But we're gonna be able to fix that up. But this is what this one came out looking like. And then I'll show you guys Big Bertha. That's the one that we did a couple nights ago. It was nasty. Nasty, nasty. She nasty. All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, if we really want to nitpick, and I know my OCD, but you can still see some little shadows of, the gouging. But the point is just to make it better than the previous condition, and that, and I don't think that's going to affect performance. It's nice, but yeah, that's what we got going on. That's what we're doing. So we've done all these together here on live. So we have a couple more to do. This one is a 261, no, 044. I think Big Bertha was the worst, but this is an 044C cylinder for our buddy Rodolfo. We're going to get this cleaned up. This is another cylinder where he had already approved to buy a new top end, but we're just going to, being that we've had good success at least cleaning up the sleeves, we're going to clean up this one for him, and then of course we'll do some testing and see what it does. And then, so he's from the Bay Area, so about an hour away. And then this is a 261C cylinder for our customer and buddy Leon. He's from Turlock, California. He's about 3 hours away from us. Another one that was approved to get a new top end, but since we've been doing okay on these, we're gonna do the same for him and save him a little money. And then this is just a backup 500i cylinder. I'm gonna finish cleaning this one up. This was given to us by my buddy Gerardo. He worked at a shop called Action Power Sport and Equipment, but they closed down, unfortunately, at the end of this year. So this month, when I was doing my buddy Anthony's 500i, and he's like, here, man, I think I have an extra. He's like, it may be a little bit better condition than his, which it is, but I wanted a little challenge, but I was able to clean up Anthony's original cylinder. And then my buddy also, Gerardo, he gave me a a piston that he had laying around. This one can be cleaned up because right now, I mean, it has one little right here. This is all just transfer, and this will be able to, we'll clean this up as well. It's got a little gouges. Yeah, it's got some gouges, but just to mess around, just slap some new rings on it and we'll see. So technically we have a top end there. This one I'm going to finish cleaning up the sleeve once we have more time, and then port it. And then this one was another 661 for our buddy Pedro. This one's nasty. This one is going to be fun. This one's worse than Big Bertha, but I think when we have a little more time, we're going to challenge ourselves. But this one's pretty nasty. But either way, I think this one we can try doing some honing on. I think this will be our honing practice victim, because this one's nasty. Big Bertha pretty much looked like this. Not as bad, I want to say, but pretty close. Pretty close. And yeah. And that's what we got, guys. And I apologize for not answering the comments. My bad, my bad. Let me see. S-jack flip, chamfering, very important. Definitely. Keem says, I trust the process. Sides look insane. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate the kind words. Gemlin says, good. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you guys for all the love and support, man. Keem coming in hard with the love and support. Carlos says, so clean, looks like it was machine honed. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. No, that's thank you guys for the encouragement and the just the love and being cool. Gemblin says, just use finer sandpaper. I agree. I think this 120 grit, I mean, even though it works good, but I think I agree with you. I think I do want to mess around with some finer sandpaper, but which we'll pick up some supplies over the next few days, look into some honing kits and practice honing and see what we can do. Keem, yeah, that 661 for Pedro, that one's pretty nasty. That one's pretty bad. And that 500i, that one has also some scoring as well. Not as bad, but it'll clean up nice. Big ports. So, but yeah, guys, for now, that's all I have for today. We'll be back on Monday. Like I said, I think Monday, the plan for Monday will be start with some saw cleaning, because I have 3 more saws that technically I have like 6 or 7 saws that I need to clean, but 3 of those, they're dirty. That's what I consider dirty. Everything else to me now is just like normal, but I have 2 201s that are just super filthy. I mean, I know they're saws and they're supposed to get dirty, but they're just filthy. Everything else is, like I said, just like, to me now, it's like normal dirty level. And I'll actually show you guys the 201 that I just did for my buddy Rodolfo. Show you guys the results. Here, this is probably better. So this is the M-tronic version, but this is after my little cleaning process. I did inside the handle molding, all the linkages. I mean, literally the whole 9. I even cleaned up the burn marks, the burnt plastic that was happening right here with some of that Sandcloth. But yeah. And so that's what we'll do on Monday. Just give you guys my little rundown, or my, just show you guys how I clean saws. And it's really nothing major. Just a lot of elbow grease, a little patience, a little time, of course. I do it all with a stainless steel wire brush, specifically this style. Has a little end and it's kind of narrow. One of my favorite tools in the shop, a pick tool, specifically one that has the angle. Sometimes I'll use the straight one. And I also use, where is it? A small flathead screwdriver, just to get a little extra scraping coverage. And then to finish it off, and then of course air compressor. That's like the number one key in the cleaning process. And then once I get all the initial dirt and grime off of it, I already have another pack, but it's at my lady friend's house. I forgot it. These crocodile cloths are amazing. 100 pack, good size. They're 15 inches by 10. It's just basically a cleaner degreaser in a white form in a cloth. I like them a lot, and that's all I use. So crocodile cloth, pick tool, the angled one specifically, a small flathead just for extra scraping coverage, wire brush, specifically this style, and of course the air compressor, number one thing. So 5 things, and that's it. Just a little patience, and that's how I get this. But if everything goes as planned, we'll see all that go down on Monday. So we'll start off with saw cleaning, and then jump into some cylinder cleaning, depending on how long the cleaning takes. It does take some time, but again, the cleaning that I do, I don't charge extra. It's all part of my service. So if you drop off a saw for whatever, a repair, general service, your saw will get cleaned. So I've had people tell me, like buddies, they're like, man, you should really start charging extra, for the cleaning, because it is time, it is labor. But I don't know, it's just my little touch. It's my little, I don't know, like my signature, I guess, if you want to call it something. But that's pretty much it. So you guys will get to see all that on Monday, and then we'll get back into some cylinder sleeve cleaning and go from there. So we are going to get going now, but if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, we'll hang out for just a few more minutes and see what's going on. And I'm sorry, I forgot I see you guys commenting. My bad for slacking on responding. So AG says, hello, enjoying your channel from Green Acres, Florida. AG, much love to you, man. And everybody in Florida. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. OO says, it's always a pleasure to watch and listen to you. I like to be here when I'm working. Appreciate you, O. Appreciate you. Gemblin. So yeah, that was a 201 TC. So there's the 201T and then the TC version. So the T is just what you would call the regular carburetor. The TC version has the M-tronic, so it's like electronic. I mean, it has everything the same. Metering, diaphragm, gaskets, all the regular stuff. It just does not have the high and low jets. So it's all electronically adjusted based on elevation, fuel mixture, temperature, I think. So, but it's all pretty much the same. And then they also have something that's called a solenoid valve. So, and when that starts going out, you'll just have some running issues. So for my buddy Rodolfo's 201 TC, it has the original version, because there's 3 versions. The black version, which is the first version of the M-tronic solenoid valve, and then there's the green, which is the second to oldest version, and now they have the red version. So he's running the black version, which is now discontinued. They don't sell it. The green is probably getting ready to be discontinued at some point, because it's the one that replaced the green the black solenoid valve. And so what's happening with his, runs great, it rips, but every now and then it has started to just shut off mid cut or whatever. So it's the solenoid valve. Man, I've broken so many picks with. Yeah, no, thankfully I haven't broken any yet, but those pick tools, amazing, amazing. And good night to you, Keem. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Hopefully we'll see you guys. Hopefully we'll see you and everyone else again on Monday soon. And Gambler, your suggestions and again, hopefully we'll see you here soon as well. Maybe Monday, depending on what everyone has going on. And everybody that's been here, whether you've been watching this whole 158 minutes or you've been popping in and out, either way, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you guys, all the love and support. And so, yeah, I think on that note, we're going to head off. And I hope you guys have a good weekend ahead, safe and healthy with your family. We got Hamid in the house. Hamid, my friend, thank you for being here. Hamid has been here also. Unfortunately, we're taking off. Hamid, you're a little late, but it's okay. Either way, good to see you, and thank you for saying hello. Happy Friday to you, and happy weekend to you. So, all right, guys, we're out of here. Much love to everybody. Be safe out there. Be cool. Let's do our best to just be kind. I'm like scratching my under boob there. Okay, moving on. All right, much love to you guys. Be kind, be cool, and we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Laters.